And, you know, after the last couple of pieces I worked on, I won't lie, I haven't been feeling as inspired. And I can't particularly put my finger on why I feel that way. I just, you know, something has felt kind of stale in the studio. I feel like I need to kind of, you know, I've just got so much junk in my head from the last couple of pieces. Jesus. That I really feel like I can't make new work right now. So I'm gonna pull aside Twombly, and I'm gonna kind of lock myself in a dark garage in order to unlearn how to draw, so to speak. So I thought, you know, I might as well use some of the extra materials I have to kind of do a little ode to Dada work. I'm gonna do a kind of cut paper drop piece, which, you know, obviously some people are familiar with. It's just this like tendency to kind of like take a bunch of pieces of cut paper, drop them, and see where they land, and kind of see, you know, see what they make. You know, Dada was a big... Is that a cockroach in my studio? Jesus. Yeah. Jesus. What's even going on? But, you know, so the Dada movement was something that I didn't spend a lot of time getting into it, because it didn't really have a lot of... it didn't have a lot of overlap with the sort of figurative work I've been making, but I think it's going to be helpful to kind of break some bad habits, and to kind of just be in the studio having fun making work again is going to mean a lot. So what we're doing is we're going to kind of just examine these kind of chance interactions that I don't want to give any real goals to this piece. I don't know if this piece is going to do anything in particular, but I need to kind of keep it fresh. I need to liven things up in the studio, and I need to see what I can, you know, learn from just chance interactions of forms, and really kind of going into a work with more unconscious sort of processes at play, instead of being so overdetermined and so intentional. So I got my palette out, you know, I set it up, laid out my colors, and I think I'm gonna just dive right in. For those of you who noticed, yes, this is my own work here. I've been experimenting with making materials. I made these just by taking some of the normal paint and kind of baking it in fire for a short amount of time, which kind of gave a more charcoal look, which I think is going to also change how some of the compositions are carried out. So I think the canvas is going to be here. I think that's going to be nice. And I'm just going to let it rip. And I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look until I'm done throwing. Because, you know, it would be really easy to go over and look and see, like, oh, look, what is that one down there? And then, you know, to see where that one landed, and kind of to maybe even unconsciously or consciously to start kind of judging, well, you know, if that one landed here, let me go from this angle and throw. No, like, you know, I'm going to just try stuff. I'm not going to look. I'm just going to do, and I'm going to see what that makes when I'm done. You know, I'm going to let the materials and the action of making define the work, instead of trying to always have such a hand attached, you know. But I think this is important. You know, I think sometimes... Whoa, no. I think sometimes we get very wrapped up in our own work and our own style of making. And we get to know our work so well that, like, we forget how to make things. You know, we forget how to grow. And if we're not growing as artists, like, I don't know if I don't know how we can keep doing this. Like, for me, it's important to never get stale, and I think sometimes to prevent yourself from making stale work, you gotta just let go, and you just gotta make something and not be afraid to fail. Do I have anything else up here? Sometimes you got a little bit of paint left on the palette, and you don't always remember. Jesus Christ.
It's infested, all right. We used to throw rocks at these nests when I was young. Just go slow and mind the distance. Easy.
I don't know. Oh yeah, also my apartment's up for rent, so. Yeah, we got a new landlord, and like, he's a total knob. Okay. So I can't get in there. I guess. You know, this work is I think it's gonna be a short and simple work. I think it's time to go look at what we did. Alright. Nope. Alright, you guys ready? Alright, okay. So, this is kind of an interesting piece, especially from up here. Let's get a closer look. These forms are really interesting. I love this. Oh my god! You guys, this is nice. Like, holy shit. Like, holy shit, hang on. I think we have something. I think we actually have a really good piece here now. I'm so about the way that red kind of creates a compositional flow from the background, and because it's such a bold and prominent color, like there's this kind of like push-pull happening on the canvas right now where, you know, I can't help but constantly be pulled from foreground to background by these figurative elements and then these strong colors. And I really do love the way that those kind of burnt, those kind of darker tones, like, really complemented the way that the figures are interacting, because it becomes this very interesting kind of tonality that, you know, again, like, you've got these darker forms overlapping with these brighter forms, overlapping this bold, violent red color. Also, like, shout out to this figure here. Like, what the fuck is happening there? And this one's just dabbing. I think I accidentally made a pop culture piece. Let's get down here and see this. This is interesting. You know, like, this is why it's worth it to try. Because you sometimes get pieces that you never, you know, I would never have made this. I would never have thought to compose a piece like this. I would never have thought to kind of create a red canvas that sort of was so... Okay, somebody's got stuff on them. No, I guess not. Yeah, I like this. This one came out really nice. I'm really excited about what this little experiment turned into. I think that this work could have easily been a throwaway. I think we could have easily just gotten very stale. But it really turned into something great, and I'm really happy with the way this came out. I'm so excited about it, actually, that I think maybe it's time to leave the studio and work on something else. Let's just plop this right here. Nope. Wrong. There we go. Memento mori that, motherfuckers. There was a... see, here's the thing. You know, you get so caught up in the studio, you sometimes forget, like, maybe you got other stuff you gotta do. Like, there was that bone charm, or that rune, that I came across. Okay.
I'm being hunted by half the people in the Empire. Part of me welcomes the fight if they find me.
Please. It's too late for that, Rapallo. Guess what happens next? Huh? This is how we get rid of snitches. If anyone asks, he just ran through it. Yeah, we couldn't stop him. Hey, is the windmill turning all right up there? No problems? Don't worry, it's turned. Where'd you... Wait! What? You aren't going anywhere!
Well. Okay. Again, sometimes you're not ready for the work to come to you, but it sure does all the time. Sometimes I forget my studio keys. I'll check Tumblr. Okay. Light snack. And back at it. Gotta turn that off. Does that mean I can get into my studio now? Yeah, studio's unlocked. Okay, I think, yeah, somebody left some money behind here. Alright, so after the kind of experiment that we did with our work, I really want to try to create something ambitious. Which we haven't done in a while. We've been kind of... I don't want to say we've been playing it safe with our work, but we haven't really made something where I thought we were really pushing ourselves too far. And I want to start making... I want to start making pieces that really are gonna speak to something more other than aesthetics. I want to make a work that kind of talks maybe about the world that I'm living in right now, like some of my own experiences. Yeah, okay. It's gonna require a lot of paint. Oh, no! No! Well, I mean, failure is a part of making. At the end of the day, it's not the most glamorous part of making an artwork, but it's a part of it. And, you know, fail we will. And that's fine. Like, I'm not embarrassed to say that I'm gonna fail while I'm making work. Like, it's just part of it. It's not a big deal. Okay. Alright, so... This candy tastes like crap. First things first, let's see what we got. Let's see what it is we have to work with in terms of supplies. Mm-hmm. Let's get this. So, I mean, this is part of every artist's life. Like, you live in these houses with, like, all a bunch of roommates. It's always weird. And then, you know, find a cheaper place to live, or... Okay. Okay. Well, this just became something else. Didn't know the work was gonna go here. But it looks like that's where we're headed. But yeah, like sometimes you just have bad roommates. Roommates who try to eat your pumpkin pie. Roommates who refuse to do their dishes, despite the fact that you have been doing their dishes for like 2 months straight, and you're finally done with their shit, and there's cockroaches literally everywhere because your roommates don't clean up after themselves. So I'm moving. While I do, let's just get my supplies in order. Something that, you know, I'm learning from the environment that I'm in here is a kind of bestial flesh. I'm learning about the figure as more than this kind of highly romanticized, kind of glorious, ideal form. And I'm starting to come to appreciate the figure as its kind of material components, as a kind of a more fleshy, impermanent, imperfect, flawed thing. I've been looking a lot at, you know, artists like Lucian Freud here. Like, you know, I think this is starting to teach me a lot about the figure and about flesh. And I want to kind of make a work that speaks to that, like where I'm at right now. Which won't be easy, I'll tell you that much. You wanna go full Freud.
No,
It's getting you a lot of paint.
what's going on? Like that.
Because he lays it on thick, but you know, I've got enough supplies to get started, and I'm just gonna use what I got to push through the work. I don't want, I don't want to make anything, you know, I don't want to waste material, but I also don't want my work to become limited by what I think I can do, or what I think I have available. I think there's some really foundational stuff here, and I want to start to get, you know, a better sense of scale with my work. So there we go. What is happening here? Can I get these down? It's like when you see like just a bunch of paint laying around. Okay, so those are just gonna be there forever and always. Cool.
So many people trying to get away from Karnak.
Excellent.
Break your face. Stop.
Yeah, like fucking welcome to the Black Parade. Whoa!
More Grand Guard soldiers.
People shooting at me?
For the Duke.
Jesus! Holy Jesus! Come on! I said I was getting a lot of paint, but fuck! That's a lot of paint. Oh, jeez. Alright, well. Here we go.
This isn't... No! Everywhere! Someone help! Someone help! Someone help! You are someone help! Brother, I'll cure the world from the light. You. Shame on no, it can't be. Everywhere!
All right. Well. Let's get everything back in the studio. We lost some supplies along the way. We were salvaging. Okay, no. It was mine. Get off of it. Ugh. Well, okay. That's going to be interesting to work with. I see that we have a few of those. This is going to be interesting because it's going to give us a lot of variety in terms of line weight and tonality. It can be hard, you know, like you're... Jesus Christ. Even, you ever get one of those moments where, like, your work is really starting to even surprise you? Like, you've been making it, so you really don't have any excuse to be shocked by it, but, like, you step back at some point and you just finally realize, like, is this weird? Am I making weird art now? Like, am I officially the weird art person? Because there's one in every graduating class. You just didn't think it would be you. Alright, now I remember there was a lot of... Jesus, please us. Okay, well that's just excessive. See, somebody else is making this kind of work. And, you know, I like to think that... Though provocative, my work is not.
What? Somebody's not feeling well.
It's not tasteless. Because I think, and this happens a lot with people who make this type of work. Like,
I'll be damned.
There's a difference between Lucian Freud and the guy who made the Saw franchise. Oh, okay. I was in the middle of working on something, but you had to be an asshole about it. Yeah. Okay? Like, you don't always have to, like, give your 2 cents. Because, like, sometimes super unhelpful. We've all had unwarranted critiques. You are literally foot dead. I don't want to hear it from you. Again, the unsolicited critiques. People coming into the studio and just, like, you know, they think that they're helpful. They think that they're telling you, hey, you should make your work bigger. Or, hey, you should try painting. Hey, none of what you make makes sense. Hey, maybe you should put text in. No, like, stop. This is my work, okay? It ain't pretty, and sometimes it's a little weird. But, like, it's me. Like I was saying, though, sometimes you see people who are doing similar work, and you just realize, like, you gotta be careful. Because, like, sometimes you walk a line between being provocative and being distasteful, rude, disrespectful, or problematic, and, like, you gotta be careful. Like, when you're making your work, it helps to look at people who are doing similar things because you can see where they're going right, but you also can see like where their work is not working, like where their work is starting to become problematic, and that can like help you. Oh Jesus. That can help you a lot in kind of growing as. Did you hear that?
Think of
No.
End of the road! Oh, you're going to pay for yourself! Get behind him! Keep trying! Come and face your judgment! All right! Ready your grenade!
Whoa, jumping boy! There are an unfortunate number of you.
Wait for my signal!
Just gotta push through. Yep, that's all you gotta do. Sometimes you just gotta keep making it work. There's gonna be a lot of haters. There's gonna be a lot of... Oh, Jesus Christ! Sometimes you lose progress. I hope this isn't one of those times. That was a lot of pain. Guys, I know, like, failure is important and bullshit like that, but, like, that was a lot of pain to lose. Like, sometimes you fail, and you put, like, a lot of effort into that work, and failing just... It's ass. And, like, people will wonder, like, hey, what have you been working on for the past 2 months straight? And be like, nothing. Nothing, or this horrible thing I'm ashamed to show people. Well, let's see where we're at. Oh, good. Nothing. Actual nothing. None of my paint. Alright, well, I think what I've learned from that experience is we gotta be smarter about our work.
Hey, where did you go?
Jesus. Like, we lost a lot of time and energy on that work, and it was because we got stupid. Like, we rushed when we shouldn't have, we didn't think certain things out, and I really, like, we gotta learn from those mistakes.
More Grand Guard soldiers, lapdogs for the Duke.
So, I think what I learned last time is it's not always about having a lot of paint, but it's using the paint that you do have intelligently. So...
No way! Who are you? Stop! You won't get away!
Scoot, 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 scoot.
Just your feet. Here yours. Come here. He's wounded. Let's finish it. End of the road for you. Damn it! This so dead. She is dead.
Oh, you know what? Fuck this. This is dumb. Sometimes making art is like real hard. And like, you gotta dig deep. It's one of those days where like I wonder, like, did I even have enough coffee for the studio today? So I think we're learning a lot here. We aren't really making anything right now, but we're learning a lot about the process, and that's fine. Sometimes when in the studio, you don't gotta make anything. But God, does it feel stupid to not do that. So what are we gonna make? is gonna be our contributions for the day. Certainly not that. That's not working.
Move along. Is someone there?
Now, realistically, I should have just shot him.
For the Abbey!
Man, you guys are really... There's a lot of you and you're strong, and I hate that. It's really a bummer. Oh, alright. What do we got? What are we working with here? We have, you know, actually, we've done a lot of outdoor work, but we really haven't tried to make... we haven't done a lot of interior pieces. And I wonder if we can change that. There's a bone charm somewhere?
Told her, if you want my advice, just pay the fine.
Jeez, I thought that was a person. I'll take it. No! My least favorite thing ever! Going to this dumb place! I hate this! This game is so weird! Nothing is ever interesting! So we have 2 runes. So, I think it is time to kind of start making work that's real, like in real spaces where people really live. And it's gonna be uncomfortable because I will be honest, like I haven't done that before, but I think it's gonna be important to grow as an artist in that way. Now, is this the interior that I want? Certainly a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of options. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there is definitely a lot of options here. I'm just trying to figure out, like, is it... Am I gonna make something that I'm even interested in here? Because I don't want to just do something new to do something new. But it's important that I don't just be stale and boring. I didn't get that somewhere interesting. Okay. Well, there you go. I think I know what's gonna happen. I think it's important to respond. No, that wasn't quite how it should have happened there. No! I actually just gotta work with the materials a little bit, like... Okay, you're being difficult. Okay. We'll get this. Alright. Alright. Hey. It's not perfect, but it is getting somewhere. I would have loved it if she was sitting up. That could have been fun. But this is also interesting. And there's already starting to become a narrative in my head that I want to play with. You gotta get... Excellent. We could be doing better, though. I think I want to have a similarity in the figures, in posture. Okay. Yeah. What does that feel like? That feels like something. Is this anything? No. So I'm starting to feel this. This is nice. This is starting to become a really good composition. Get that closer, maybe. No. Excellent. We're really starting to break down walls here. Wish you could just pick these up. Bethesda, whoever the fuck made this dumb game. I'm really sorry if anyone watches this. Actually, I'm just sorry if anyone watches this. Right there. I was gonna say something else. But I realized that I'm just sorry. Regardless. I'm just actually sorry. For anyone who watches this. Because that's gotta be a bummer. Alright. I do kind of want to use one of these. I think... Yeah, I think that... This isn't going to be a really elaborate piece. Like, I think it's going to be a couple of brush strokes and then it's done. Like, I think it's actually going to be... It's going to be kind of modest in terms of the components that go into it, but it is going to be very specific. And, you know, there's going to be less paint involved. I think the amount of time it takes is still going to be a lot. But that's because I want the work to still be meaningful and intentional. I don't want people to confuse the kind of minimal nature of the work with a lack of thought. No, that's not quite what we're going there. Almost. Just gotta see how to manipulate the stupid physics engine of this game. Almost. We're getting somewhere. I thought we were, but it's always so hard to say now. Jesus, please us. You know what? Let's just see what happens. No, absolutely not. Let's just see what happens. It's quickly evolving into this is ridiculous and why isn't this working? No. Absolutely. No, jeez. Sometimes you just fuck it all up. Excellent. Even better than before. Get that. Alright. We almost had something. There we go! Can I just get this part? Just want that. Okay, so not. I'm just gonna have to go... Oh, okay. Not where I wanted to be.
She's made a dog's breakfast of the whole thing. But who's gotta clean it up? Me. Of course, as always.
And that the Duke of Circinus is in her thrall. Certain parlors and alehouses across the Empire. Do not doubt. We will verify this place. What was that?
Where did those rats come from?
Oh no! Don't let them bite you! What's going on here? Richard. What? Somebody's down!
I don't want to die.
More Grand Guard soldiers. Lapdogs for the Duke.
Guards! Someone!
So this is kind of interesting. Sometimes you gotta... Nope, you gotta know when to quit. And right now, I'm failing to know when to quit, it seems. Better not die. Really would love to not die today.
Would you say to a Duke?
Can it happen? I hope so. That is the goal. We made some mistakes along the way, though. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think what we're learning is that sometimes we're getting too ambitious with our work before we're ready for it. Like, we need to get more comfortable producing our own work before we try to, you know, start checking off things from our list here. So we gotta find a way to finish this piece in a way that makes it satisfying. And does respect to the lessons that we've learned. But also, without, you know, going overboard. That wasn't it. That was absolutely not what it was. Any grabbables? No grabby pieces here? Sure wish I could grab something. This game really kind of sucks. Well, I could get that chair out. This is going to speak to vices. Gotta get this out of the way. It's kind of ruining everything for me. Off you go. Oh, jeez. Oh, hey. Couldn't have done that on purpose if I wanted to. I like that. Let's get this in there. Excellent. Just where we needed it. He screamed it to himself. Can I force enough things to happen? Nope. Yes. Just where we needed it. Can I get one in the same spot? Nope. Wasted. No! Every time! I guess this is going to be a new work now. We're kind of letting the piece continue to evolve. I'm not sure that that's where I want it. Well, this is actually starting to really get something. Get this. Oh, get the arm. Yes! Oh my god, yes! Like, actually fucking yes. Let's get this out of here. If we can... No, that's fine where it is. So... There's something interesting to me about the severed body parts being used on the chair. Like, these dismembered parts of the figure are being given this kind of this seat in society, this role to play. They're given this proper sort of presentation, while the two figures in the composition are really just there, like dead on the ground. I think this is it. I think like this piece actually right here says a lot of what we wanted to say. Like, this is his arm, and you know that might not be obvious, but also like the only two body parts missing right now from the composition here on these two figures is a head, which, you know, here the head's kind of cropped by the, you know, occlusion of the cabinet, and we've got a head here, and then we've got that arm missing, but then we've got the arm here. Can we get a different angle? Yes. Okay, so this is actually the piece right here. This is everything. This is the work. Wow. I really like this. I just want to see if maybe there's another angle for the work to be seen at. That's kind of interesting. It doesn't tell the same story, but I think, you know, I think we've done a good job creating... Can I get... Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That kind of finished it. Alright. I think that this is the view the piece should be seen at. Although the head kind of now is doing its own thing, but that's still... Get that back. Excellent. Not exactly where we wanted it, but also not exactly a problem. This is, I think this is mission accomplished for another piece of art. Excellent. Well, great job, guys. You nailed it again.